Blast Pop Media.
Hi, I'm Katarina, your host from Sin City After Dark. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and set up notifications. That way you never miss an episode.
Sin City Radio.
So today I'm here with Marq Ryan, and I'm actually going to let you introduce yourself, and please tell us a little bit about the music you make.
Thank you, Kat. My name is Marq Ryan. I am the co-founder, lead singer, and primary songwriter of the band The Fifth Fire.
Very cool. And what kind of music do you guys make?
You know, I always try to blanket statement. There's a little bit of pop there, there's punk, there's grunge, but I think it's always just easiest to describe as alternative because it's just such a broad description.
And do you guys have a website or somewhere we can find you and listen to your kind of music?
Yeah, you can find us pretty much all those usual sites, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram. I don't think we're on TikTok yet. But.
Okay. And could you tell us a little bit about an original that you wrote?
All of our music is primarily original. We haven't really recorded any cover tunes. I'll go with our most recent stuff. Let's say Prince of the Streets. And Stray Bullets as well. We did those with the recording studio here in town, Hideout. We were able to work with Corey Taylor's producer, who's also native to the area. So those two songs we're really proud of. We've gotten a lot of good feedback on. The production was really strong on those tunes.
What's the Prince of the Streets about, and what inspired it?
Everything we write is about a few things. But I was watching the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix the night prior. And there's a scene in there where he's doing the talk show gig with Robert De Niro, and the streets are just in chaos. And, with the situation here in Las Vegas, and I guess just to be, blunt about it, the homeless situation, there's this thought in my mind of this uprising of, the people that are the have-nots. The chorus in there is half to the have and half to the nots. And so it was just kind of this idea of an uprising, kind of the Jim Morrison Doors, 5 to 1, 1 to 5. They got the guns, we got the numbers, sort of thing. So,
I was actually going to ask you what movie scene it would be.
That would be what I would
basically
say.
Basically answered
it. That movie really struck a chord for whatever reason. I actually wrote the song the very next day. So,
Is there a particular reason why the homelessness hit you? Because you mentioned that specifically.
I think if you live here in Las Vegas, I think you see that on such a daily basis, and I mean, for me, it's conscionable and something that I see. It's like, this is something I think that our country we could fix. And I'm going to get political. We're not a political band, but something that we could definitely fix. And it's so rampant here in Las Vegas that it touches a nerve with us. And I think it's something that inspires our writing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
You guys write about things that are happening right now and things that are relevant and hopefully to make a difference, I'm assuming.
Of course, like I said, we're not a political band, but we do try to be. We do try to tackle social issues and stuff that we can actually feel as if we have something semblance of a relevant voice on.
Okay, thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
And how long have you been in the business for?
Oh my goodness, I'm going to date myself here.
You can lie, it's okay, nobody will
25
know.
years. 25 years next year will mark
25
the anniversary of my first show. So.
Yeah, so that's a pretty long time. Have there been any obstacles you've had to face in your music career that you'd be willing to share?
I think just continuing on in the business, keeping a lineup together. I think keeping the band together over so many years and wondering if you still have something to say. I think it's been one of the biggest challenges.
How would you say that you keep that glue within your band? You don't have to go into specifics, but do you guys do bonding events, or do you just kind of talk your feelings out?
Well, if you
what does that look like?
if you look at we've gone through a lot of lineup changes, and I try to, but I think just being inspired. I think just being inspired and having something to say and having a story to tell is what's paramount for us.
What would you say is your band's story to tell?
I think it depends on the time period. I think it's our experiences as individuals. I think it's our experiences collectively. I think it's our reactions, our impressions, our relationship with our external world as well as our internal world.
Can you tell us a little bit about what your band's writing process is? I know you said you're the one that mainly writes the music, but do you guys collaborate? Do you, just bring out, you play a little bit, and or you sing a little bit? What does that look like?
It really just depends. I didn't really play an instrument when I started. I was just a vocalist, so I would come in, and it was kind of comical because I'd come in with like this melody, and I'd try to like mime the sounds. And everybody would just give me this weird look, like, "What are you trying to do here?" But I picked up keys and guitar over time, and was able to kind of craft melodies a little bit more implicitly. So it just depends. One person will bring in an idea sometimes. Sometimes we'll just be jamming and something will happen, but more often than not, I'll bring in some semblance of an idea and we'll just build from there.
Okay. You said you were in the business for 25 years. Do you have any advice for somebody who's just starting out?
Just starting out,
Yeah.
I would say really focus on songwriting. That's going to really be the core of that's really going to be the core of not only your income, but your legacy. Focus on your publishing rights. Make sure you do all the work behind the scenes for your music, and make sure you protect it and have ownership over it, because it's not a cliche. It really is a predatory business.
I was just going to ask you, is this something that you've personally experienced, or is it just something you hear about?
We've had our music pop up in places that I did not know it was going to be. So yeah, there's been some conversations. Yeah.
Can we hear a little bit of the conversations, or not really?
Nothing too contentious, but
Okay.
I was like, I didn't know that was there. So
Okay, that's really good to know. It's important to protect yourself before you put everything out there.
of course, yeah. As artists, we should always be looking out for each other in that respect, I think so.
And what about if you're in the middle of your career? What would be your advice there?
Well, I don't know where I'm at. So.
Okay, it doesn't exist. Just beginning, end.
I would say the same thing. Really focus on songwriting. To me, that's really the bane of your existence. Write the best songs you can. Write the most honest songs you can. Try to have something to say. Music is, to me, supposed to reflect society and humanity and where we're at spiritually and all those things. So I could really focus on songwriting and crafting the best stuff that you can.
Do you ever get scared to talk about something in your music?
No. I try to be as transparent as possible, probably to the chagrin of my bandmates. Maybe a little oversharing, being a little too honest. I've gotten some side eyes over some lyrics, but no, I don't think we're afraid to really share anything. I think I always said if we're a film, we're R-rated. Not for the sense of being salacious, but just for we want to put everything out there, warts and all.
Yeah, I guess because I'm a beginning artist in a sense, I feel like I'd be terrified to put certain things in my music. Like, I don't want anybody to know that's related to me. So I guess how do you get across that?
I think